Earl Grey decaf. Do you like my new shirt?
Can you see it? Maybe not? Let's do this. Oh yeah.
It's Wally. Even cuter.
What's going on? How are you guys doing? It's good to see you.
Okay, so today I wanted to talk about my personal tips.
Disney cruise tips for introverts.
Things that I've done that help me. Things that might help you if you are an introvert. Anytime you go on a Disney trip, it's going to be
Big and
Exciting and
fun.
and there's going to be
Lots of people.
So these are some ways to help kind of
reel in.
that over people exposure to help you have a more enjoyable vacation so you're not just completely exhausted. Because honestly, one of my favorite things about the Disney cruise is that there are X amount of people on the ship, and there are also X amount of types of vacations going on. Everybody has a different vacation style.
And if you like to vacation one way and your partner likes to vacation another,
You can both do that. You can both have your ultimate vacation.
I love it.
Okay, number one. Now this is going to be controversial, I think. But number one tip that I have is don't go to the deck parties. Now, I'm not saying if there is a part of you that wants to go to it, that you should say,
No, I can't go. I'm not allowed to go because I'm an introvert.
so I won't enjoy it. That is
it's not true.
so. What I mean is, if you are even curious about it and you want to go check it out, go check it out. But if you feel like overwhelmed at any point, or if you just start thinking like,
I'm exhausted. This is exhausting.
then,
Leave.
because the ship is kind of huge and there's so much to do. You don't have to go to the deck party.
And it's kind of loud, and it's kind of crazy, and it's super high energy, and super fun.
And now a lot of people love that. A lot of kids love that. Some kids it's way too much for. Some adults it's way too much for. So if you are thinking, I don't know,
Don't feel like you have to go to the deck parties.
they do promote them and push them and like, yeah, come on, it's super fun. But you know,
You know you.
and if you think,
I think I'd rather not do that, but I'd like to go explore the ship when there's like low crowds.
then do that. Some of the deck parties you cannot go to the pools because they're on the deck and they have the pool covered. Some of the parties are like in the atrium and you can go to the pool then and there's no one there. It's a great time. Don't feel like you have to go to the deck parties.
And you're not a bad person if you like to go to them.
And you're not a bad person if you don't like to go to them.
So you do,
You.
know? Yeah, it's all about having your best vacation. My next tip is to make use of the kids clubs and adults only areas. Now, I like to do this simultaneously, obviously, because I have kids. So my kids,
Love the kids clubs.
they are super cool and super fun. It's like their own amusement park. I do not feel bad dropping my kids off there and going doing something that's fun for me, because it's like taking your kids to go to Disney World to be babysat. If you're going to drop your kids off somewhere to get looked after, this is like the ultimate place to do it. This is like a kid's dream. Don't feel guilty like I'm just leaving them behind so I can go have fun. They love it there. They're like, leave me behind so you can go boring grown-up stuff.
And I can have all this super awesome fun.
Like make crafts for Josie, or I don't really know what Bruce does in his, build robots, I know, and all kinds of stuff. Make use of that. Drop the kids off and then go to the adults only area. Now the adults only areas are like Cove Cafe. There's an adults only pool, and that is nice for an introvert because it is
Super low crowds.
having a little bit of time where
Where you don't have anyone to look after.
and you can just relax, lay on a deck chair, close your eyes, read a book, get in the pool without worrying about someone drowning.
Hey. That sounds like vacation to me.
So let's go vacay.
Make use of those adults only areas. Make use of the kids clubs.
Yeah, they're great. You'll love them. The third thing that I like to do is enjoy movies on demand and room service. It's really nice. You can just kind of chill and relax together and watch.
There's so many. I mean, you can probably imagine. Disney Cruise Line on demand. It's like every Disney movie ever. I mean, lots. I don't know if it's all of them.
We never thought we'd like to watch this movie and then couldn't find it. Everything that we thought of that we wanted to look up, we could find. So we enjoyed this a lot. And room service, it's just a nice perk. It's something you don't get to do at home. We live out in the country, so we can't get delivery. And if we do, we have to pay a bunch of money. So room service is included. It's free. Whatever you get on room service, you don't have to pay for.
Do tip your server
When they bring you stuff. Just a couple dollars or whatever. But you don't have to pay for the food. It's all included. And so we got wings one time. A lot of people I know do warm chocolate chip cookies and milk at night before they go to bed.
Nice.
So do that. Enjoy room service and movies on demand. Take a little break. Okay, so this was the first time in our cruising career that we got seated at a table by ourselves with just our family. Now, this time we brought Charlie, so there were 5 of us. It was pretty nice because there were a lot of evenings where Charlie would want to come see us at dinner and then change her mind, want to go back to the kids club.
Just like making sure you guys weren't having more fun than me.
And then she got with us and she's like, okay, you guys are just eating. This is kind of boring. I'm ready to go back. So it was nice because we didn't feel like we were holding anybody else up. Now, I also really like the eating with another family. You do that every night of your cruise. And it's kind of fun because you get to know people. And we've always been with
super awesome families.
So the difference though, is that when it's just you
And your family at the table.
there's no worrying about how what your family does
Affects other people.
So if your kids are coming and going and okay, they cover up Kyle's food because he had to go take Charlie back to the kids club, and so I was kind of waiting for him to get back so we could eat our dinner at the same time. Just us worrying about that. We don't have to worry about another family, So that, we liked that. We'll probably do that again next time, unless it's the other family we're sitting with is also part of our family. I think requesting a table by yourself, now you're not always guaranteed to get that, but with Disney, with all things Disney,
Ask.
because if at all possible, they give you whatever you want because they want you to have
An amazing time.
And I go into it with the mindset of, I'll ask for this, and if it happens, it'll be great. But if it doesn't, it's still going to be pretty great. So it's not the end of the world one way or the other. But it's nice.
Just something I didn't think about until this last time.
Now, the last thing that I would recommend doing, if you're an introvert traveling with your family or with friends, is to communicate your needs to your travel party. Now, actually, this would be good for anybody, introvert or extrovert, because if you're an extrovert and you're traveling with someone who's at 7 o'clock, wants to bunker down in the room, and you're like,
dude, I want to go do stuff.
Then communicate that stuff and be like, okay, we're going to kind of split up and go our separate ways at this time. And I'm going to go do all the party stuff and while you relax in the room. Fantastic, right? Everybody gets what they want. But if you're trying to make other people happy by doing what they want to do, but even though it's totally something you don't want to do, you can end up making
everybody miserable.
So
don't do that.
think about what you want to do. Think about what they want to do. We'll be together at these times, and then at these times, we'll kind of go our separate ways for a little bit and do our own things. And then when we get back together, we'll have something to talk about. You can tell me how awesome that karaoke night or whatever was. And I can tell you all about, I got to stretch out on the bed all by myself. It was fantastic. That kind of thing. Just communicate your needs with your travel party. So anyway, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found some of this informative, maybe helpful, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.